Okay, now I'm ringing up Mr. Kenna from Bradford Council Solicitor.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello Mr. Kenna, it's Mr. Hussein here. I'm once again forced to leave yourself a message because you're looking to disengage from any form of reasonable or constructive discussion with me regarding the whereabouts of my brother. Today is this Monday, the 16th of October 2023, and the time is just after midday, and it's now been 69 days that you, the local authority, in collaboration with your partners, West Yorkshire Police, have unlawfully come and arrested me from my garden and abducted my brother, and now are holding him hostage and in your unlawful care and custody without providing us with any legitimate legal framework that you've done this. It's obviously quite clear and evident that there is no legal framework, because if there was a legal basis for you to have abducted my brother, then you would quite clearly articulate those things to me. But because you're failing to do so, it evidently shows that you're not being open and transparent, and there is always a malevolent and malign agenda with your all your machinations in order to gain an advantage over me. And this is we are now in a situation in 2023 which is a complete repeat of what you did in my mother's case. Have you not learned your lessons after having murdered my mother, abducting her from my care and murdering her, and then you're meant to be a city of culture and benevolent? Have you not learned your lessons from murdering my brother Nazim in 2014 or my father in 2009? You simply refuse to learn your lessons and continue on this trajectory of abuse and neglect and exploitation and abusing your positions of power and authority. We went through this whole drama since December 2018, when my brother Talib was first discharged into my care. You subsequently then looked to pursue litigation action against looking to remove my mother's lasting power of attorney for you to get control of her finances, and then subsequently to take possession of her and remove me from this property, and have me chased out of the city, made homeless, and then you didn't have any care or regard for my brother, did you? You were controlling his finances. I later discovered that you forced him to sign over his appointeeship to you, and now you're looking to not speak to me, engage with me, looking to act malevolently, acting to be silent, and that is your underlying guilt, isn't it? That's why you're refusing to be open and transparent with me. I just want simple answers. How have you taken my brother from my care, and why are you holding him hostage? Why have you instructed the police to put a bail condition restricting my contact with my brother? And don't give me this rubbish about, oh no, we've got nothing to do with the police. Oh no, we're independent from the Department of Work and Pensions. We've got nothing to do with them. Oh, we're independent from this. We're independent from the Housing Association. Oh, we're independent from the courts and tribunal services. Oh, we've got no quid pro quo relationship with the district judges or any of the other judges in Bradford. All lies, all deception, all falsehoods. You, the local authority, are in cahoots and collaborations with all of these aforementioned entities, including the High Court judges and justices in London. Otherwise, you could never ever achieve what you've achieved. All right, this is the only reason you give these lies and deceptions to the members of the public, that, oh, you have a right to privacy and a right to human rights and a human dignity. And look, we've got all these laws that enshrine your rights and liberties and freedoms. All right, so we want you to abide by these laws, when you yourself know the fact that these laws that you've created are just means of control and manipulation of others. You don't abide by any of these laws that you purport to be working under. Exactly what law have you used in order to take my brother from my care? Under what law are you now depriving him of his liberties? You have no paperwork. I know that you can normally retrospectively get the paperwork by getting one of your own judges to sign off on something, but my brother's Talib situation is not like fact that my brother has authorized me. He's part of my family and he's entrusted me. I'm the trustee of a trust where he's a beneficiary. I act as his representative, and obviously I've done an excellent job of protecting him from your evil villainy, because if he was in your care and custody, he would have died a long time ago. Within 3 years of you forcibly taking my brother Nazem in 2000, within 3 years, by September 2003, you had thrown him off a 3-story building and made him a quadriplegic for the rest of his life. It is you that's been failing consistently as a local authority in providing appropriate adult social care. It is you, the local authority, that have been stealing money from the vulnerable, weak and vulnerable, in order to buy off judges and buy off everybody in order to achieve your contrived and falsified narrative. It is you, the local authority, that cannot provide care and are targeting and victimizing me, and you're looking to twist everything around and blame me and vilify me. What exactly have I done? I have spent my life trying to ensure the welfare and safety of my vulnerable family members, much to your dismay and much to your negligence and neglect of providing them with appropriate services. All I'm asking now is, look, come and engage with me. Tell me what you've done, because obviously what you've done has resulted in the death of my family members. Why is my mother's inquest not happened to date, considering I've made some serious allegations that you have murdered her? Nothing has happened. It's all one cover up after the next, isn't it? You've been aware of, not only have you been aware of this case with the Manningham housing, you have instructed them to pursue these cases. It is you that are spearheading, as a local authority, spearheading the cases. The housing association would never do something like this, because all they want is rental income, which would be coming to them. My brother has, as you know, substantial funds that we could use to pay them. He could be housed, but no, you wanna redefine reality into your own best interest. My brother, you're holding illegally and unlawfully. There is no reasonable ground for you to do so. There's no legal framework for you to do so. My brother clearly has mental capacity, which you're trying to railroad through now, and have been doing for a number of years, in order to retrospectively justify your criminal conviction, which you pursued as I look to expose your failures and incompetences in mismanaging the public funds through direct payments, which you had failed to audit for over 5 years. When I had gone to my MP to raise and whistleblow on your failures, you all closed ranks and were then started to target and victimize my family. These are your failures as a local authority, and now all I'm asking is to come and speak to me, and you're like, no, Mr. Hussain, we can't speak to you because we don't consent to you recording us. What the hell are you on about? I don't need your consent, and you know this. You know exactly how the laws work. You got in touch with the ICO. You've got barristers and lawyers and specialists knowing the fact that if you can record us on CCTV cameras, then I, as a civilian,
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To continue recording your message, press 3. If you please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
If you as a state or the local authority can video record us on CCTV cameras that you put in place, then surely we as a civilian population can record you as officers and professionals meant to be doing your jobs. But obviously you don't want to be recorded, because then you're accountable for your actions, and you cannot use your position to lie and cheat and manipulate your way out of a situation when it's not my word against your word, it's your word against you. That's why you don't want to be me to record you, and as a consequence, you've then instructed every solicitor that's been engaged with me to equally not engage with me. Why do you think Manningham Housing Association solicitors are refusing to engage with me? You've told them, you've told my GP practice, you've told everybody, don't engage with this guy in oral discussions because he's recording you and he's going to publicise it. What are you scared of, Mr. Browell? What are you scared of, Mr. Kenna?
Sorry, but you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. If you are happy with your message sent. Goodbye.
So what are they scared of? Why will they not allow me to record them if they're saying what they're supposed to be saying? They're professionals getting to pay to do a job, aren't they? Who's paying for my time? I keep on telling them, who are you paying for my time? I'm a civilian's time. I'm a civilian whose time you're looking to waste in order to achieve your nefarious objectives. So my time has no value. Your time has value because you're getting paid for it. But then also you want to have rights to privacy and don't consent to being recorded. This is simply lies. They all know why. What am I being abusive to them? I'm just being forthright and stern with them, knowing the fact that my mother has died under unusual circumstances. My brother's now been kidnapped by these people in order for them to get a victory in a court proceeding that they're orchestrating and spearheading, but fronting the housing association with and buying off the judges in the background. So obviously I am asking them to answer simple, straightforward questions. My brother was simply asking them to answer the simple, straightforward question: how much money of mine have you taken? Because he had not consented to them taking his DWP benefit money. So they've stolen his state benefit money for a number of years. Since when? Since October 2018. So since October 2018, no, over 5 years ago, they've taken and accumulated and not given him unfettered access to his own DWP benefit money. The very same crime that the local authority had got me convicted of, they themselves have been doing for over 5 years. They've not given him any. They've not given him any access to his own benefit money. More in addition to this, since July 2010, over 11 years ago, they stopped paying him his social care payment money via direct payments, because obviously that was all not being audited and there were problematics there. They then attempted to provide him with support services, and within 3 months, so they took over the care package in September 2012. And by December 2012, they had put my brother in a car accident, which they then worked to cover up with the police and the agencies. So they within 3 months they had endangered my brother's life. And then when I raised complaints about this, they all looked to close ranks and cover everything up. This is exactly what they do all the time. All the authorities, they act independently when you're trying to engage with them. So they're all like separate, independent. We don't know what the other organization's doing. You've got data protection rights. Your data is being protected. But yet, when you look to hold any one of them to account or look to expose any one of their individual failures, or they will all close ranks and say, no, we're one now. So before, when we were engaging with them, they're saying, you can trust us. We're all independent. We all have a limited amount of function that we're looking to provide you with. But then when you look to highlight their failures, so for example, when you go to your GP practice, they'll tell you, look, we've got nothing to do with the police. We're separate from them. We've got nothing to do with the local authority, social workers. We're completely independent from them. We're the NHS. We may have a relationship with other NHS organizations, but we're independent. In fact, your GP is meant to be independent from the NHS and is a private contractor. So they all give you this spiel about being independent, when the reality is that when it suits their purpose, they are independent for your benefit, in order for you to convince you under this falsehood to trust them, because they give you these big words or under labels and titles. I'm a doctor, MDE, I'm a professional, I'm registered on this register, I'm a solicitor or a barrister, I'm qualified, I've got experience. All these are just simply lies in order to manipulate you into trusting them. But when the reality is, when the proverbial shit hits the fan, such as in my case, I'm looking to highlight their systemic failures, then they all close ranks and work as a collective, one thing, one entity. We're all professionals, we're all the authorities, we're all one now, and we're going to target you and come after you as a collective. So you see how they do things one way, and then to convince you to trust them, and then they work a completely different. In reality, they work in a completely different way, which is to work collectively as one entity in order to victimize, persecute, and oppress you. This is how they manipulate the populace into trusting them, into abiding by their laws, into into acquiescence to their authority and tyranny, and to give up their labor and have being exploited for any of their own personal resources. This is all a clear matrix of control and a mechanism to exploit and plunder from your own personal resources for the benefit of the state. And now when I'm looking to hold them to account, they're refusing to even engage with me. Yet in the background, they're pulling the strings. So I'm in court tomorrow. They're pulling the strings. They already bought off the judges. They've had plenty of time. They've had a year to prepare. They've had a year to prepare for this case to be railroaded through. And the key problem was that my brother was in my care. And now, in order for them to achieve their objective, they've taken him out of my care. 69 days later, I have absolutely no idea where my brother is. My brother has inalienable human rights that they're all denying and detracting from. I cannot do anything. As soon as I go to get a solicitor or anything like this, they buy off the solicitors. There are numerous independent solicitors that they've bought off, and not only those restricted in the district of Bradford, whom they may have a relationship and control over. They control all the solicitors up and down the country. They all will work for Bradford Council, because the Bradford Council uses their authority and position of authority in order to garner acquiescence from my own solicitors. So the idea of getting legal representation is ludicrous and insane, because from my personal experience, this is what happens. They all work collectively. Your solicitor, anybody's solicitor, will work in the best interest. So all I can do is act as an independent. I'm the only party that's truly independent, because I'm not being paid by the state. I'm being paid through the trust fund that my mum created. So that's my financial basis. I'm not being paid, or I'm not looking to acquiesce myself or restrict myself to the public funds that they are working under. They're all working collectively. I'm the only party that's independent, and my independence is being eroded because I don't have a title and I'm not getting paid. So therefore, anything I say has little or no value. However, in the law, I am an ordinary civilian, and therefore I have certain rights and protections which they're refusing to recognize. It's all fraud, deception, and corruption. Because why would solicitors refuse to engage with me now? What's their problem? They're meant to be lawyers. I can't speak to those people directly who are the villainous decision makers. So what's stopping? So for example, the senior managers, the senior executives, I can't speak to them because ideally they're the decision makers, and when they've made the decisions and things have gone wrong, they're now hiding behind the legal framework and the lawyers and the solicitors. But even the lawyers won't speak to me now. This is how pusillanimously cowardice they are, and yet they've managed to get the police involved to abduct my brother and are holding him at ransom and at hostage without informing me or my sibling, my sister. We're worried sick about our brother. They simply will not engage with us. They're looking to trigger me. They're looking to psychologically torture me. They're looking to degrade and humiliate me in order for them to get an advantage. And all this comes down to is the fact that they cannot and will not provide appropriate care services. They cannot do their jobs properly. All they can do is lie, cheat, and manipulate, and make nicely colourful pamphlets and leaflets and give the rhetoric that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, when in reality they are failing miserably, not able to do their jobs properly. And I, as an independent person, are looking to highlight and bring this to the public's attention, which I have a right to do as a private citizen. And they're looking to all close the ranks and target and victimize me, to persecute me, and are now effectively persecuting my brother and